Like, you're selling out your community in not only just media, but even behind the scenes, he did very bad business. Like, very bad business with black people. You know, he just started giving people back their publishing and doing all that years after he done made millions of dollars off of them. But it's like you've exploited black people and black culture for so long, and then what does he really have to show for it? Like, what does he really have? I don't see, and that's what I'm saying. Someone said in the comments, it's karma. Like, I'm just looking at this like, you tried to get in on a heist of your own community, and now you got caught. Now understand that it's the white members that you decided to rob us with that are ratting you out, but at the same time, you're complicit in it. And I look at you sideways. I look at every black billionaire with some side eye. Ain't no way you a billionaire as your people are still being oppressed.
I agree with you.
Peace and power to the descendants of my ancient mother. My name is Brother Legend, and I'm here to raise your consciousness. What's going on, y'all? If you're joining us on YouTube, my TikTok is BIGBROLGND. You can tap on the top right notification bell to be notified when we go live. I post all my replays on YouTube. And yeah, my wife has asked me if I want Chinese. It does not matter. You want to ask me that after I'm live. What's going on, y'all? Peace, what up, what up? Come on in. Today, lately, honestly, I've been doing the lives. I've just been talking. If y'all want to join me, talk about things, we could talk about things, you know what I'm saying? I'll just be kind of doing like an hour at least a day. I'm going to just start doing like an hour a day, just connecting with the Mondem, the people. You know what I'm saying? Peace, Dr. Robert, what's going on? So, Diddy is a topic lately. Diddy is a topic. Yesterday we were talking about that Good Times reboot, which is highly disrespectful, very disrespectful. Something that you would never be able to do as a black person to any other any other group at all. Like, it would be disrespectful to that other group. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous that anti-blackness is so palatable in this society that, you know, we're kind of numb to it even within our own community. Peace, Black Swan, what's going on? But, yeah, so how do y'all feel about the man behind me? How do y'all feel about this brother right here? Did he do it? Did he not? You know what I'm saying? Did he do it, y'all? Because, to be honest, so it's quite a lot of allegations. You know what I'm saying? I've seen some people in the conscious community try to take up for him. Peace, CC. Peace, Black Swan. I've seen some people try to take up for him. And look, somebody in the comments now, free Diddy. He innocent. Cancel culture has gone too far. Is that how y'all feel? Because y'all not going to like how I feel. My wife said it sounded like Boondocks. You know that episode with R. Kelly? When he keep making music and make people forget what he doing? Maybe he didn't, but he's not all black men. I hear that. Did he do it or did he not do it? I know. This is what listen. Either way, I'll tell you right now, y'all not going to like how I feel about this. Y'all not going to like how I feel about this because I'm going to be that one that stands out. Because even Dr. Umar has tried to, you know, kind of defend him, they trying to take down another great black man. I don't see him as a great black man. I don't see him as an example. I don't see that man as great at all, to be honest. I don't see nothing he's done that's great. They're going to use him as a scapegoat to hide what they've been doing behind the scenes. But he put himself in position to be a scapegoat, did he not? Did he not? I think Diddy did. I think Diddy did put himself in that position to be a scapegoat for his overseers. Umar, I don't think he full out defended Diddy, but when he was talking about it, he was like, yeah, these allegations against a lot of black men, and they're trying to bring another brother down. And listen, this guy, he black. He black. I'll give him that. He black. And he ain't my brother. I'll tell you right now, me, very anti-capitalist. Very anti-capitalist. Capitalism as a means for survival, I can rock with. All right, as a means for survival. Peace, Detroit. Capitalism as a means for survival, we could talk about. We got to survive, right? We got to eat, right? Capitalism, just for the sake of capitalism and capitalistic gain, greed, billionaire status, marketing and advertising wealth and luxury as if this is what we all should want. I'm sorry, I can't rock with that. Capitalism is a means for survival in a capitalist world, which we did not choose to partake in. I can understand. Billionaire status, you cannot be an ethical billionaire. It don't exist. Peace, Ray Days. No such thing as an ethical billionaire. You have to exploit thousands of people to become a billionaire. And Diddy exploited a lot of people. That's why a lot of the people that were signed to Bad Boy ended up trying to sue him. He ended up giving them settlements, giving them back rights to their music. But not only did Diddy get greedy and decide to go beyond survival and prosper, thrive, but he also decided to promote capitalism. That's what his job is in the context of white supremacy, is to tell y'all, yeah, get rich like me, only care about money. Capitalism rewards sociopathic tendencies. And then y'all are surprised when we get sociopathic results. You know what I'm saying? Peace, Timothy. What's going on, my brother? Then we get capitalist and sociopathic results. Snowciopathic. I think Diddy got white beaties. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. Narcissists do well. So that's what I'm saying as far as Diddy. I feel the same way about Diddy as I feel about Jonathan Majors. You know what I'm saying? Play in the snow, you might get frozen. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean that you have to play with a bunny. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean it don't have to be a bunny. But you might play with the bunny's carrots. You know what I'm saying? The carrots that the bunnies like. You know what I'm saying? You might play with you might try to make your objective in life to collect as many carrots as you can. And then the bunnies come after you. That's what happens. Once they no longer need you, once you no longer serve your purpose in the context of white supremacy, they will discard you. Diddy, of course, didn't know that. Maybe he believed, it would be better for him, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Black people can't do no wrong. I never said that. I don't know. Nobody's saying that here, Red Tier. I don't know why I don't know what you're laughing at. I think you saw a black face and you saw Diddy. He instantly blamed white. You're not listening. I don't know. Some of y'all didn't get your medication this morning. I'm not sure what be going on. Some of y'all minds. Yeah. That's called an hallucination. Someone said, "Are you blaming white supremacy for his evil?" Yeah, I am. Because Diddy is part of a system created by white supremacists. So, yes.
He's making money, white man's money.
Yeah.
He got to play by their rules to make.
Because Plymouth Rock landed on us. What do you mean, why? Because Plymouth Rock landed on us. Diddy's ancestors didn't decide to come to these shores and start shaking their ass for money. Who's paying them? Who made Diddy a billionaire? It wasn't the black community. You think we got billions of dollars to be spending on him? Who put him in position? Clive Davis, exactly. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. I didn't say he was innocent. Relax. Y'all are doing too much. No one said he was innocent. Oh man, here comes the Bridget Brigade. Here comes the Baguette Brigade coming in here now. It's starting to get real envelopian in my comments. Envelopian. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that Diddy is not self-responsible for his own actions. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, right, a snowstorm, that's a fact. What I'm saying is Diddy and the results of what happens when Diddy does what Diddy did. I ain't gonna be up here defending him. That's how I feel. I'm not defending him. I'm not going to be part of the pitchfork and torch crew to tear him down. But I'm not defending him. I'll tell you that much. I hope that brother figures it out. But I'm not defending him. I'm not defending him the same way I don't defend Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors ran from that woman like she had a dang, I can't even say the name of it. Like she had a blaka, you know what I'm saying? A blaka pow on her. He ran away from her like Nightmare on Elm Street, and he still got charged. What I look like up here defending him after he made the choices that he made to go play in the snow and got frozen. Same thing with Diddy. Diddy is playing in the snowman's green, you know what I'm saying? He's playing in the money given to him by that system. And so, after you no longer serve a purpose to them, you get thrown away like trash. That's what happens. That's what happens. His own greed, absolutely. This is what we're talking about. Capitalism rewards sociopathic tendencies. Capitalism rewards sociopathic tendencies. So guess what? Those that you look up to, those that tell you you should want to be like them, take that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they sociopaths. Yeah. You ain't know? Yeah, that's how they got billions of dollars. Yeah, they throw parties. They get pictures of people and blackmail them. Yeah, Stevie J. Y'all know about Stevie J? Y'all know about Stevie J? Yeah, that's how they do it. Yeah, they hire women to do things. You thought they was rappers. Ha! Joke's on you, buddy. You thought it was about music? No one becomes a billionaire off music. It's never happened, ever. There's never been someone that became a billionaire off music. It never happens. There's never been a person in modern society that has become a billionaire without doing what those that have trillions of dollars and access to the world's wealth wants them to do. And those people do not look like me, you, or Diddy. So only one way you're going to get rich, playing Monopoly, and one group of people has all the money and owns all the property. It's only one way that you're going to get up. That's what I'm saying. I do not defend Diddy. I'm not going to be part of the mob to tear him down. This really, to be honest, is him getting snow results because he wanted to play in the snow. Now, again, I will make the distinction. Capitalism as a means for survival. Completely different situation. Brothers and sisters, capitalism as a means for survival. Get you a home. Get you a means of transportation. Protect and provide for your family, black men. Capitalism as a means for survival. Capitalism is not a system we chose. America is not a country we chose. I'm not speaking English because my ancestors decided to stand on the shores of Africa with resumes in their hand and then come here to the land of opportunity. They were taken from a land of opportunity and brought here to a place called the land of opportunities, where the opportunities were not given to them. And so at no point in my ancestry did someone choose to come here and learn English and partake in capitalism. So given the context that I live in, I can take personal responsibility and participate in capitalism only as a means for survival, because participating in capitalism is still something oppressive and detrimental to my community. But when it gets to the level of greed, when we start having black billionaires, how we get billionaires, y'all? How we get billionaires? We scream, no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. So we got justice, y'all? Do we have justice? Is there justice now? When did justice start? Did we start getting justice? Let me know in the comments. When did justice start? Is there a justice day? We gonna cut a piece of cake? So we don't got justice. That means we don't have peace, right? So we don't have justice. We don't have peace. What do you call a place that don't got no peace? That sounds like war to me, right? That sounds like war, right? If they ain't got no peace, what's the opposite of peace? What must we have then? What do we have then? So if we are people at war, right? Or at least a war has been waged on our community, how the hell did we get to billionaire status? And who's giving out billions of dollars? Ain't that interesting? Now imagine you on a battlefield and someone in the same uniform as you is coming back across from the enemy side with a Bugatti and a bunch of nice clothes and $1 billion. You gonna let that person back into your camp? You trust them? This your ally? I'm just saying. Y'all know what happens when you watch 48 Hours, right? You ever watch 48 Hours? And they got 48 hours to find somebody in that show, 48 Hours. And so they got 48 hours to find somebody. And so they pull in their homie, their friend. They bring him in. And then as soon as they walk into the interrogation room and they see their friend drinking a Sprite and eating some KFC, you know that person snitched. As soon as you see them drinking Sprite in the interrogation room with some KFC or some Pizza Hut, you know they snitched. $1 billion buys you a lot of KFC. That's all I'm trying to say. That's a lot of KFC. And so that lets you know right there. He said, let me get a cig. Right. That's a lot of cigarettes. That's a lot of Marlboros. That's all I'm trying to say. When the system has rewarded one of us so greatly in the midst of our oppression, because it didn't get better. We don't got justice. We don't got peace. But somehow we got interracial love and billionaires. I don't know how this happened. Right? We're in the middle of, we still fighting for our lives. we still getting pew-pewed down by the police. We still got sisters can't even go grocery shopping without being accused of stealing. We still got police pew-pewing through our front door. We still got people with the big ones, pew-pewing through doors and unaliving our children in the streets. We still got that going on. But we somehow have been able to get billions of dollars through that oppressive system. Like, this is what I'm saying. You're like, hey man, that's why I introduce myself the way I do. My name is Brother Legend, and I'm here to raise your consciousness. This is a critical thinking exercise. That's what this live is. That's all this live is a critical thinking exercise. We're going to sit here and we're going to talk. We're going to think critically about systems of oppression, about capitalism, about racism, white supremacy. We're talking about all these different topics. And then we could talk about it in the context of the discussion. Here we are talking about Diddy. You are not going to see me as a brother that loves his community defending someone that has exploited that community when they get the results that exploitation gets someone from our community. When you exploit your own people After a while, the people that you're doing that with gonna notice you don't look like them, and they might throw you to the side. And I feel like that's what's happening. I feel the same way about Diddy and Majors. We not running to his rescue. Peace, Joy Luck. What's going on?
Hey, I I'm having a hard time having any sympathy for Diddy because I feel like this is a long time coming. He's hurt a lot of people. He's hurt a lot of black people, a lot of black women.
Mm-hmm.
Um I don't know what's gonna happen, but I don't know. I just don't feel bad for him at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Same here. Same here. I think a lot of truth is coming to light. We're gonna see where he lands.
Yeah.
You know, literally. I mean, he took his jet, but I think he came back. They said he came back now, but
Mhm.
we gonna see what happens. Like I said before, I'm not at a rush to tear him down. There's bigger fish to fry, but at the same time, he going. There's the results of the choices he made. You
Yeah.
know, and especially I'm waiting for some concrete. Like I haven't read too much, and I don't read court documents and all that. I got a life. I'm actually doing things to build within my community, so I don't got time to get all up in celebrities cases and all that. But I better not hear. I don't know. Maybe something about between him and his sister. You know what I'm saying? I can imagine there's multiple people that could come forward. I haven't seen nothing concrete myself. Have you?
I'm I'm concerned about Kim Porter.
Mm.
I think he unalived her,
Mm.
or I think he knows what happened to her.
Mm.
I'm not sure what his motives might have been, but that's a real good example.
Mm.
And I don't want to exclude black men either. I mean, the young man that made this latest civil suit, he's a young talent that
Mhm.
Diddy seems like Diddy just tried to destroy him for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he's the one
Mhm.
running around talking about R&B is dying, and he tried trying to bring it back to life, and then he does this to his number one producer for the Love album. It just
Mm.
doesn't make sense.
Mm.
I mean, he's hurting people. He's
Yeah.
hurting black people. He has probably responsible for the deaths of Biggie and Tupac, the two greatest. And especially if I really find out that they have concrete evidence that he is responsible for what happened to Tupac, I will never forgive him
Yeah. Nah, it's up after that.
because Tupac was for the people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I couldn't rock with him. See, that's what I'm saying. I've been like
but
I'm cautious because I don't want to go into conspiracy and
right.
start throwing stones and then find out that it wasn't
All
real.
of this is a host or whatever. Well,
Yeah.
hello,
So
host. My
yeah.
biggest problem I have, if you gonna do this, be fair on all of it because let's look at all of it. When
Mm-hmm.
money equals power, and when you are able to sit down at the table, then that became a problem. They not having that. Look at Bill Cosby. Let's look at if you go down the line. Bill Cosby was finna about what radio station? He got to go.
NBC or
Look at
something.
what
NBC.
Whitney when Whitney realized that she had money and she wanted her that they couldn't have her. She got to go. When they wake up and realize, and it's always our people, but you won't go after yours. Let's go after the politicians. Let's go
Mm-hmm.
after Charlie Sheen. Hell, he gave allegedly passed out AIDS. He's still free making
Mm,
movies.
yep.
Let's
Mm-hmm.
get down. Let's
Yep.
not just go after us, because right now it's a us thing, and
Mm-hmm.
nobody's paying attention to that. It ain't the problem that they did. Yeah, you did wrong. You should pay for what you did wrong. But if you want to get all of it, let's get everybody. Let's get the whole damn clan from the rooter to the Tula. Let's not skip over. Let's not just come to our people or aim for our neighborhoods or what we have going on because it's a lot of other hidden things. There's a top dog topper than that dog.
That's Clive Davis. That's the top dog, and
But
he
see,
is
that's the thing.
91 years old.
The black community can't go after them people.
He ain't going down.
You know what
No.
I'm saying? That's the thing. We can't hold them accountable. This is their system. They created this. And that's
Yeah.
the thing he didn't realize. That's the thing Diddy didn't realize is that they created this system. They gave you power within it. They may have given you a few crumbs, and you thought you had a seat at the table. And now he's learning.
Exactly.
Now he's learning that they didn't really give him a seat at the table. He didn't have no power.
They
He was a
pawns. They
pawn.
were pawns all along to make money.
Exactly.
Gee.
Exactly.
I think, sorry, can I just say something? I would
Mm-hmm.
like to raise another point is that I grew up with hip hop videos and rap videos. And to me, it's just weird to see how those rappers, they have been sexualizing black women for so long, but in secret they were all fucking each other. Is it not dystopian? Is it not
Well, no,
weird?
I mean it makes sense because the only way that you can objectify black women so blatantly, so openly, and even monetize it is
Yeah.
if you hate black women, right? So
And in
who
secret, you're a fucking man. Is it not
uh,
weird?
yeah, no, but it's not weird. That's what I'm saying because they hate black women. So you see what I'm saying? So who do they love?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but also my other point
Wait,
is that
Lee, be quiet.
my other point is like I do believe that P. Diddy is the fallout guy. There's people, that are up him that are responsible to even bigger crimes, and he's not relevant anymore. And so they're on to him because they need a scapegoat, and he's now the scapegoat. He's not making money, he's not successful as he was in the past. He's getting older. People around him, they don't care about him anymore because he's not making the big money, and they need a scapegoat. So he's falling out.
But and I agree with that. And it's it's the thing where it's like personally I could hold him responsible for this because or accountable for this from his personal accountability because this guy should have known that. Like you're selling out your community in not only just media, but even behind the scenes, he did very bad business, like very bad business with black people. He just started giving people back their publishing and doing all that years after he done made millions of dollars off of them. But it's like you've exploited black people and black culture for so long, and then what does he really have to show for it? Like, what does he really have? I don't see, and that's what I'm saying. Someone said in the comments, it's karma. Like, I'm just looking at this like you tried to get in on a heist of your own community, and now you got caught. Now, understand that it's the white members that you decided to rob us with that are ratting you out, but at the same time, you're complicit in it. And I look at you sideways. I look at every black billionaire with some side eye.
I
Ain't no way
agree.
you a billionaire as your people are still being oppressed.
I agree with you.
You know.
Can I throw something in, host? How you
Good.
all doing today?
I
Look,
don't feel
first,
sorry for a conscious mind.
first, I'm 40 years old. I'm from St. Louis. Looking at this case, I've been looking at this for the last couple of days and going through the case itself, the civil suit. You guys know it's online. If you all haven't looked at it, go through those 73 pages and you'll be shocked. There are 15 charges that they're trying to come out the Diddy on. But remember, all this started on a civil suit for as the guy Diddy promised him he supposed to pay him for working on that last album. He paid him, but Diddy supposed to give him an extra $21,000 that he did not get. That's in that lawsuit. Okay, I'm bringing this part up. If one of you all own a business, and me and my lady was at y'all business shopping, and we slip and fall, and we was a civil suit. We was trying to sue you guys because we fell down. That do not bring Homeland Security and FBI into it. That man in that civil suit, he got to talking so much. All of it's written. It's more than Diddy in there. It's Motown. It's music. What's like Cash Money? Universal Music Group, Love Records, and a couple of more producers and everybody that's in a lawsuit. He even throw Young Miami in there. Stevie J's in there. There's a picture of him and Cuba Jr., a picture of him and Stevie J. Underage girls. He accused Diddy of, he let the laws know that Diddy have parties with underage people. They doing ST. Y'all know the trafficking stuff. I can't say those words on here, but all that's on there. What gets me though, and I don't understand, I think the guy lawyer even set him up. He was hired as Diddy photographer, also the person who carry around the camera and all that. He the cameraman. Let me say that.
Yeah.
He taking pictures of underage people.
I did not request to go out.
You're not supposed to. None of us as adults supposed to take pictures of underage people. So that's why I say this man has incriminated his own self. And then there's pictures of him and Stevie J in the bed. Him in bed with Stevie J in the report. Diddy made Stevie J sexually SA him and everything.
Yeah.
So like I'm looking at it. Maybe this dude was trying to get some money. I'm not taking up for Diddy. We all done heard things about Diddy messing with men. But for us the kids, I never in my life heard Diddy doing that. This is new. I pray to God this is not true, but if it is true, he gotta go to jail. That's understandable. But my father brought up to me yesterday about the Bill Cosby situation and the R. Kelly situation and Michael Jackson situation back in the day, how today it's one person saying something, then next week 3, 4, 5 people saying something. So my dad was like, let's watch and see if other people finna start coming out. Is it about trying to break Diddy and get his money? Or what it is it? Diddy also won his lawsuit against Ciroc and damn, what's it? Tequila, excuse my language, against the liquor company he just won. So all this stuff happening at one time, I don't know what's going on. But if y'all haven't read them 73 pages or seen those pictures, I want y'all to make sure y'all do that. It's online for us. And I got the case number if you all need it.
Yeah, I mean, see, that's the thing. And all of that makes sense. All of that makes sense. But once again, I'm not even saying but, like I'm gonna say in addition to that, once again, if I play poker with somebody that's known to cheat, and then they cheat and I lose the game, whose fault is it that I lost the game? Like, who do we blame there? I know these people are going to cheat.
That's your fault.
You see what I'm saying? Even
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not expecting justice from none of these trials, and it all could be all a hoax. It could all be a conspiracy. They could plant some stuff. They could have went the other day when they raided his house and they planted all type of stuff. But at the same time, this is something he was complicit in doing. This is something that he participated in. He had plenty of time to say, you know what? I got $1 billion. I'm out. I'm done with this. I'm gonna go to Africa, build up Africa so that African Americans can have a power base, an economy thriving in Africa to help build African resources to bring wealth back to our communities here in America. Get grants to people here in America to start like he could do a lot with $1 billion. That's a lot of power within our community if done correctly. I'm gonna start a school. Even if you don't want to donate to Dr. Umar, I'm gonna start my own school for black children that's gonna teach them Christopher Columbus wasn't an explorer; he was a colonizer. I'm gonna teach them their own history about Mansa Musa, Queen Amana Renes. You see what I'm like? There's a lot you could do with $1 billion. And it's just that they're getting caught up in the mayonnaise, and I understand the mayonnaise ain't fair, but you get mayonnaise results. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make a sandwich. Let me hear from my co-host D Diva. What's going on, sister?
Hello, everyone.
Peace.
Quick reset, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let's go. Hello, and welcome, you guys. Let me go ahead and get everyone to mute up. Can we get some tubs in the chat? I would appreciate y'all some tubs. Excuse me. Holy Spirit, activate, activate, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Hello, and welcome in to Brother Legends Live. You guys, you are in Brother Legends Live, I need you to tap that screen. Tap, tap, tap. Power, tap that screen. Tap the screen and get active, you guys. It is time to tap up. We need to get to 25K ASAP right now. Make sure you share the live. Invite your friends, your frenemies, invite your gosh darn enemies. But most importantly, make sure here and on YouTube, you subscribe to Brother Legends Live. Brother Legends Live. But most importantly, we need you guys to get active, you guys, and donate to Bring Down Babylon. Bring down Babylon. $1, $2, $10, $10,000. Send a little change to Brother Legend. If you're enjoying the show, go ahead and support the brother. Thank you. And at the end of the day, you guys, join b1initiative.org where you learn to be great. We're celebrating and building with Black people for Black platforms and Black elevation, you guys. Tap the screen, share the live. Hey, if we could, you guys, go ahead and subscribe. Also follow brother on Twitter where it gets active and he gets a little more in depth. All right, I'm tuning out. Y'all tap up 25K. Let's go.
Appreciate you, sister. Yeah, y'all. All donations to Bring Down Babylon are tax deductible. B1initiative.org if you want to know more about our nonprofit. And if you want to learn about Sunkofapedia, the free online comprehensive encyclopedia that we are building as a resource for Black people, Black children to learn more about their history. Y'all can check it out. It's like Wikipedia, but from the perspective of our people, not like Whitepedia. You know what I'm saying? Not like them. What's going on, Timothy?
Yeah, what's going on? Wait, out here. We out here.
Brother? Go ahead. You want to give us a word?
Yeah, Diddy did that shit. Yeah, like I mean, I don't really like keep too much close tabs on his movements and things like that, but just I don't really hear too much pro-blackness coming from his end. I don't really see too much like actual activity in the community. I think the only thing I've ever seen was him attend a panel where Unaliver Mike was a part of it, Candace Owens was a part of it, T.I. was a part of it. I forget the other panelists, but yeah, they were trying to have conversations with opposing views as to like what could be done within the Black community and what kind of like what type of methods should we implement and plans should we make. And yeah, I mean, he was like in the crowd. You could definitely see him on camera in the crowd, like hype and standing up, cheering for certain things. But you know, with all this stuff coming out, I'm just like, nah, friend.
I mean, that's the thing. To me, it don't even matter whether he did it or not. I mean, it does matter when we start getting to the testimonies, you know, especially the sisters, because, you know, as a Black man, you know, I feel like we have done enough harm to our sisters, and our sisters have been dealt enough harm at the hands of, you know, just life in general. Well, I won't say life because it's not life that does this to them. It's the system, you know what I'm saying, of white supremacy that disenfranchises them, medical racism, you know, things of that nature. It's hard enough, you know, and then we got to hear now about, you know, brothers like this guy right here, you know, who only thinks about himself, obviously, because there's no such thing as an ethical billionaire. He obviously exploits the labor of those beneath him in order to become a billionaire in one lifetime. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like becoming a billionaire after your father was let's say your great grandfather was a millionaire. Your grandfather after that was a 10 millionaire. And then father after that was 100 millionaire. And then you're a billionaire. Okay, I'm not saying that makes it any better. You're still greedy, you're still hoarding wealth, but you know, that might be a little bit more ethical. In one lifetime to just shoot up to $1 billion, you had to exploit somebody. There's no way. There's no clean way to get to the top that fast. You know, like you know, I look at Jay-Z the same way. You know, I know he's not under any scrutiny about anything. You know, he has got some side eye in the past. But Jay-Z, Beyonce, Oprah, all of y'all faves, man. All of y'all faves, man. I'm not a friend of any of y'all faves, man. Like any of y'all, you know, that have internalize the ideals of capitalism, a system that rewards sociopathic tendencies, cannot be for our people at the same time, because it tells you to think only for yourself. You know,
Yep.
so
Yep. Like that's the reality of it. Like every time that I see these multi-billion, like every time that I see billionaires, especially within our demographic, the first thing I'm thinking of is, all right, so what are they doing, or what have they done, or are they attempting to do in some form or fashion for the Black community? And then when I look at it, it's always operating. It's always something that they do that's operating within the confines. Oop, somebody got an echo. It's always operating within the confines of benefiting or maintaining YT supremacist constructs or societal norms. Like, for example, I don't see a single billionaire donating to Grandmaster Jay. And like, I don't see a single billionaire donating to Dr. Umar's school. Like, I don't see a single billionaire donating to any like real legitimate liberation movements that are actually effectively trying to get Black people to separate from oppressive systems that have been proven to not benefit us in the long run. It benefits some of us individually, but individualism is a Eurocentric concept. It's just,
right.
yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like once you take it past survival, none of us decided we wanted to participate in a capitalist system. Appreciate you, Gene Day. None of us decided we wanted to participate even in being an American. None of us decided, our ancestors as African Americans didn't decide they wanted to speak English and come here and participate in patriarchy, capitalism, all these oppressive constructs. So I can understand not given a choice, having to participate in capitalism to survive. But once you take it to billionaire status, we ain't surviving no more. You done got a little greedy. Now we on to something else. And when you think about Jay-Z and we're talking about thinking only for yourself, that's a guy who's admitted, he pew-pewed his brother in the shoulder. He sold D rugs to his own mother. How sick you gotta be in the mind to sell that to you. Like that's to me, that's wild. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand there's other brothers with similar stories, but it just tells you the type of mindset you need to have in order to become a billionaire. It tells you, the mindset, like above all else, I care about my cash. So that can't be healthy for any community. Ororo, give us your age, race, and pronouns, please.
This is Black Swan. This is my backup account.
Oh, I'm like, what?
So this is interesting because I think that a lot of times people think when they get into these industries, right? They think that they are going to obtain a decent amount of power, whether it's through status or financial means. But for me, logically, right? They're not going to let that happen. We know they're not going to let that happen. So I think that they end up, when they get this high up, they end up walking a tightrope. And you have to divorce yourself from your community in order to get to that level of success. You have to. There's no way that Diddy can come in and enrich his community, right? Or any celebrity for that matter. Because they are putting the money in his pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I feel like that's just the reality of it. Like if you're trying to achieve, that level of status, you're gonna end up going against your own community. They don't want to see you enrich your community. They don't want to see it.
Because the wealth of capitalism is built on the backs of Black people. So if you're going to build your wealth, you're going to have to participate further the exploitation of Black people.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. It is.
When you were just speaking up on things that these individuals do for our community, something that came to my mind was the only time I see Diddy around when it's election time, when it's time to vote, when he do the vote or die thing, and it represent Democrats. And it also just made me think of two other people who went through the same thing. That's a different skin from us, YT people, and they also was supporting them also. So I think it was a money thing for Diddy also when he was
Yep.
coming to the community on 106 and Park back in the day, Vote or Die. It was a money thing that he was getting to lure the black community in. He was
To
getting
vote for
paid off
John
of.
Kerry. Remember that? John Kerry.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's the puppet
Yeah,
string.
money equal power. They ain't having that. They ain't finna deal with that. We got that kind of power. Ain't no way in hell they finna intercept.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that's what that goes back to interracial marriage, a lot of different things that America has done to convince specifically our black men, with wealth and power, that the white supremacist power structure can also include them. You can be one of us. So instead of creating black power, Diddy's focus has been to include himself into the white power structure, capitalism, and work on their behalf. And that's why you'll see, the vote or die, like brother just said, and different initiatives that in rhetorics that he talks about, even in his music. Like, he's participating in the oppressive system that is already in place instead of doing the things I was naming earlier and building black power. And a lot of this started after Loving versus Virginia. That's why I bring up interracial relationships, because before the passing of the ruling for Loving versus Virginia, where they started having interracial relationships, Diddy would have been focused in the black community. A lot of black brothers and sisters was coming together talking about black power. They was talking about what they wanted to build for themselves. We had a lot of black people forced to be with black people and figure things out. Then, after Loving versus Virginia, a lot of our actors, ball players, a lot of people all of a sudden started to feel like the white power structure could include them, and that's what they should do instead of building black power with black women and working in the black community. They've decided that they can fit or wield white power to their own benefit, not to help the community, but to benefit themselves. And we see that now. So same thing. That's what I'm telling y'all. I feel the same way about Diddy as I feel about Jonathan Majors. I feel the same way about Diddy as I feel about Jonathan Majors. He tried to make white power work for him. It ain't work. And sometimes, brothers, we do it in a different way, even the brothers that don't got no bread. I won't say don't got no bread. A lot of brothers got bread. We just might not have billionaire status. But, you know what I'm saying? Because one thing we're going to make sure we do a lot of times is pay the rent. Like, we're going to have a roof over our head somehow. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to participating in an oppressive system not built by us to our own benefit, sometimes brothers will, participate in misogyny, patriarchy. Once again, another system where we feel like we have power over black women, but that same system is oppressive to us, and that's one thing we don't talk about much between ourselves. Is the man, the policeman is patriarchy. The policeman is patriarchy. They don't want to. Like, if you look up the incarceration statistics, black men are more incarcerated. It's not even across the board. It's not just about racism. It's about destroying black men. So we sometimes adopt that same patriarchy because it makes us feel powerful over black women. Same thing Diddy does. He thinks he's more powerful because he got white dollars. And then look, turn around, and it's oppressive to him too, because now none of those greenbacks, none of that money he got is gonna be able to save his ass if they really want to take him down. We're gonna see what happened. But if they want to take him down, none of that money gonna help him. He's not getting the Donald Trump treatment. He not getting.
No.
That's not gonna happen.
And it's like another thing. I'm gonna throw four names out there: Mayweather, Kanye, Diddy, and Jay.
Mm-hmm.
My father spoke to me recently about the Diddy situation, and he say it never fails. They let these men get in and get this money, and they don't know how to act and behave. But on Diddy case, my father also said Diddy might have pissed somebody off.
Yeah.
He did something wrong.
I think he pissed off. Then he tried to do something with a liquor company or something.
He did, so he won his
Yeah, both
lawsuit.
of them.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. I'll be honest. Uh, the people don't understand, like the people that own those liquor companies. That's old money. That's old
Mm-hmm.
money. Like that's money that's been passed down, type old money.
But his actions, though, like his actions got him where he at right now because he thought he was untouchable. Then he's running around ASing people. Like, I mean, shoot, people in the clubs. I mean, come, bro, you a black man at the end of the day. You made it, and yeah, I personally believe that hurt people hurt people. I believe on his way to stardom, he was essayed by Clyde Davis. Because you remember he was an intern. So all of Harrell, all those guys, So he sold his soul, and he had to deal with that consciousness, and that's something that was eating him up. So he had to turn into he turned into what what he was around. This is a reflection of how he got started. You know what I mean? He was SA. You feel me? Think about it, because there's already rumors. We already know Clyde Davis is fruity, and also it's a real. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? They like boys. When Diddy got with them, he was young. Justin Bieber, Usher. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's some wild stuff, man.
But my thing is, I don't care how many of his souls he want to sell. He didn't have to touch them damn children.
Mm-hmm.
No, he shouldn't. He should. I mean, he should be put away for life. Basically, being honest. But it's not only him though. It's him, Jay Z,
Exactly.
right? Here, David Harrell, all of them.
I will tell you one thing for sure and two things for certain. He's not the one we need to worry about now. They got him is what he finna let come out that mouth.
Oh
Mm.
yeah, he already done, started telling on Jay Z.
And see, if y'all look at that, I don't want to say affidavit. I don't know what you call it. The civil suit that man Rodney filed on the very last page. He filed it in February, and somebody suing you. Your lawyer get a copy, so you get a copy. Diddy knew
Right,
about this. He had
right,
30 days. It says in there that we coming to the crib. It's basically like we coming to the crib. We gonna check the computers, the cameras. We do not
right.
want you to delete your Facebook. All this is in writing. Like we coming. So he knew about this. And I'm speaking on this to say, yeah, he been singing. He had 30 days to start singing. He been
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
telling.
Oh man,
Two brother was important. What'd you
they
say? They
they
clipped him.
flagging my live. Yeah,
Oh.
they flagging the live. They said for speech eight speech. Everybody tap like. They trying to take us down. You know how TikTok get. Roll. Give us your age, race, and pronouns, please.
I'm 36. I'm a Haitian American.
All right, talk to us.
The whole Diddy thing, like I'm not saying he's this innocent dude, but at the end of the day, we still got to look at it as, yo, it's all speculation. Because at the end of the day, they did the same thing with Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we got to wait and see like what evidence they have, because technically it's all word of mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Look at all of the rich black people that we've looked up to. Look at Bill Cosby. They did it to all the people who we admired, who's, financially at a level where, they're helping the black community. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of things. It's like, I don't want to be quick to say, oh, he's this, he's that, because at the end of the day, we don't know these people. We just going by what we're hearing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't want to be quick to just kick the man while he's down. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, look at Jeff Epstein. What happened to the list? What happened to Harvey Weinstein? All you see on
Yeah.
TV now is Diddy. Diddy this, Diddy that. What happened to everybody else? See what
Mm.
I'm saying? We don't hear nothing about them no
Start
more.
getting unalived. And the sad part is in this conversation, like Diddy has never really done too much that really moved the community. That's what I was going back to is what Brother Legend was speaking to, what $1 million could do in the black community and for black people. It's the shine, the grind, but only for me and mine. So when we have these conversations, like it's not about knowing this man. It's a lot of evidence being proven. For years, this man has been under the scope about Tupac's death. He's been under the scope about Biggie's death, his own artist. He's been under the scope about so many people's lives being manipulated by him, and he's had the money, the power, and the means to do so. I think he crossed the wrong YT person.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
they hold
I
your life
believe
in
that.
hands. If y'all go watch Uncle Luke, for the last 2 or 3 days, Uncle Luke been on here telling all, saying how Diddy was trying to get him in a room. Like he was telling, he was like, and y'all forget who holding the strings. He was like, he even said it a few days ago. He correlated slavery and said it's the modern day slave. A lot of these celebrities are modern day slaves, and
Oh
that
yeah,
you are
that's fact.
still being bought
Hmm.
in these different spaces.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's that he did not do. I think that he's been doing, because there have been so many people that have spoken out from under him. Even that one young girl, Audrey, whose life is very chaotic or whatever, but even she spoke about how Diddy handled her. There are several different people that have spoken out. It's just been muted because they don't have the money or the means like he does. So silence has always been a thing. There's another black man that has been vocal about, he was the one that recorded Diddy and Meek Mills and expose that situation. I think that when we have these conversations, it's not about him being a black man solely. It's about the fact that these actions are something that they've normalized. From him, from what's that damn R. Kelly to Bill Cosby. Like y'all can't move like YT men. And when YT men get caught up, they get unalived because they
Mm-hmm.
But you,
know too much.
but you know what I noticed? All of this stuff started happening when he sued the liquor company that he owned. You know what I'm saying? Like he was having issues with the, I forgot the name of the company, but they're the ones that back
He did to
his
Rock.
and
Rock.
even
yeah.
to what's the other one he did?
Rock.
He did too. It was Ciroc and
No,
it was
it
something
starts
else.
with a D. Oh man, I forgot the
Yeah,
name of
that
it.
one. He sued both of them and
DeJario?
he won.
Yeah. But I also noticed when he started talking about reparations, that became a big, big issue because he was telling people how, people should hold their vote. Don't be quick to vote for the Democratic Party because they haven't done anything for us. I think that kind of like, I don't know who he triggered,
Where
but
he say that at?
it was on Revolt. On
Oh,
one of the
word?
interviews, yeah, I think he was with EYL or something. Earn Your
Oh.
Leisure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he was saying that he was like,
Born Power.
I feel like, oh, everybody got to hold their vote because the Democratic Party haven't been helping the black community. So I
And if
kind of
that
think, he shook some feathers, man. You know what I
and
Exactly.
then
mean?
if that's true, like I just said, the last past years when it's time to go vote, who is
Mm-hmm.
he supporting? Now he
Oh
done
yeah,
turned his back on somebody.
yeah.
He done
He
Mm-hmm.
was a
turned his
big,
back on the whole.
yeah,
Exactly. They ain't having that. They ain't dealing with that.
yeah. He was a big advocate for Obama because I remember the whole vote or die. You remember that? You know what I'm saying? That was his slogan.
Even before Obama, you had like my man, like brothers just said, when John Kerry and it was John Kerry Bush, wasn't it? And
Yup, John Kerry Bush.
he was doing the vote or die. He was on 106 in Point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I remember that.
Hey, just a friend, everybody. Sometimes TikTok flags certain words, so the D word at the end of the vote. Yeah, just do your best to.
That's probably what did it. I didn't even peep. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And now
Wow.
I'm saying, I know y'all probably saying that on y'all screen too about the elections. That's popped up
Mm-hmm.
on. Yeah, that's probably
Yeah,
what
I
it
don't know if
is.
y'all are aware of that. As soon as you start to speak of any form of election, that pops up.
That's what did it. Okay.
Yep.
But that's crazy, man. Like, yo, dude, you don't have no type of like free speech no more, man. God,
Yeah.
yo, that's
How
crazy.
they operate. They always put some type of like, you violated community standards, so now we have to restrict the ability for people to be able to see what it is that you're posting or viewing, or that's how they operate. And actually, friendly reminder, everybody. Well, not friendly, but reminder. There actually is also a method in which YT officers are using in order to prevent people from recording their crimes. They'll play flagged or copywritten music in the background while you're recording, so that way, anytime that you're like attempting to record and then post it online, they'll flag automatically the music that's in the background as being copywritten, so they'll remove the audio from it or take the video down.
Damn.
Yes,
Wow.
Dirty game, ain't it? That's a dirty
yep.
game.
It's a
Wow.
very dirty game. So just be careful of that. There's also AI features that you can like upload audio to be able to like remove the background music and only allow the voices to be heard. So that is also something we can use to combat that. Yeah, it can be done. So just letting y'all know.
You know what's crazy? The other day I was on what was it, Shade Room or something, and there was a cop that just recently got killed in New York. And me, I'm always good for reading the comments, and boy, if you would have seen these racist comments, man. Yo, it's crazy, man. Like, and it's funny, it's like all of these things is happening simultaneously with the DEI that they're implementing now. And yo, it's wild, man. That's why I really feel like this year is gonna be an interesting year when it comes to this whole, you know, election and everything, man.
Oh yeah, we
Very
gearing up.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, man. Because they feel like, yo, we it's as if like they have this sense now, they think everything that black people have, it was given to us. Like we didn't actually work for it. And I'm confused by that. Like we don't have access to what they call that legacy, you know, the kids that go to
Yeah.
college. Yeah, we don't have access to that.
Nope.
So I'm like, how is anything given to us? Like yo, it's crazy, man.
They won't be satisfied until we're back in change, y'all. They
It's
won't.
wild.
That happens again. That's the
Do
reality of what we're dealing with.
do you feel like they trying to implement like the things that was like how can I say this? Like you think they trying to bring back the things that they were allowed to get away with like back in the day? They
Absolutely.
trying
Yeah.
wow.
Yes, they
That's
are.
that's what
That
again mean. That's what
And some
again mean. Make America great again. They trying again.
they
Like,
already started.
In
yeah.
some sense, I get it. I seize it. But I also say the next time America get to fighting, it's gonna be hurting America. It's gonna be a part two of Civil War. It's gonna be us versus us again. And I hate that our people. You got so many of them that's not woke up,
Mm-hmm.
and like it's crazy. I live in South St. Louis. My neighbors, it's only two BK families on our block. This used to be an all BK neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
They came and renovated it and pushed everybody away. Okay. With that being said, if something was to break off, my neighbor's cool as hell. I love them to death. But the way life going, I'm saying something's going to break off. Do I trust them? Do I mess with them? If they gonna have my back? I believe they gonna have my back from when they peoples come try to attack me. I'm gonna be still worried about my own people out here, man. If that day was to come.
let
Mm-hmm.
y'all know. Do not, I repeat, do not make it a point to push yourself to predominantly YT spaces, no matter how affluent, no matter how, big and shiny the neighborhoods or the schools look. It like there's a psychologist by the name of Dr. Rita Walker. She wrote the book Unapologetic Guide to Black Mental Health. My mutuals know because I mention this book all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but what she stated is that when you have no sense of spirituality and you have a negative association with being black, then you are more likely to self unalive. And they know this. The outside YT individuals, they know this. But the problem is that she also knows that based off of her psychology background, or yeah, like with her professional background, that in her experience with dealing with people that have moved outside of the black community, they do have more negative associations with being black. And that's actually a thing. So she has deliberately chosen to keep herself as well as her black husband and black children inside of the black community specifically for that purpose, because that sense of community and that sense of actually seeing other people that look like you and engaging with other people that look like you, like it may feel like we may not necessarily agree all the time, but at the same time, you are going to bump into people that are like, "Hey, yo, I got your back if anything pops off,"
Yeah.
or like, "Hey, yo, get behind me, be watch out for this." Like just the other day, if if somebody's coming up the street and they're a YT officer or something like that, you will hear people like shout to each other, "Hey, you," and then like that's just that act right there lets you know like, okay, all right, so somebody is coming through that may try to start some shit for no reason. So I literally could just be sitting at a pizza place, and then all of a sudden they just come up and be like, "Hey, I don't like the way that you look today, so I'm gonna mess with you." And just that "hey yo" lets me know, oh, okay, maybe I should like migrate myself into the pizza shop rather than standing outside of it waiting for my order to be done. Like so, yeah.
That's wild. Because I have a relative right now who lives in Florida, and she's telling me how Florida's starting to become a sundown town. Low
Yeah,
key, a lot of people's coming back because they said that they don't feel comfortable, being out there. I was like, wow.
yeah. I don't feel comfortable. I would never feel comfortable going to Florida. Not right now. I mean, maybe some point when they get their act together. I feel like anything that's going to pop off, like brother was just saying, I think it's going to happen in Florida first, because Florida got the most corruption. Like Florida is in your face. Like a woman with a pump action. You all know what pump action is? Click, you know,
Mm-hmm.
bow, pew pew some children through the front door without even opening the door. Black children, and she didn't get arrested immediately. They let her out. Let her go back home, and I'm not sure what happened with that case after that. I don't know if anyone down there know, but so what happened with that? What happened with that case?
Was what
But
she was
or like unalive the mother,
harassing
right?
some neighborhood kid.
Yeah, but did she get arrested yet?
She was arrested, but she was trying to get off based on a disability. So she had a hearing, and they haven't said too much about it since then. She unalived the mother. What happened was she was basically harassing the lady's kids and
Oh, it's the
yelling
mother that
slurs
she
at
got.
them. The mother came and knocked on the door, and she pew pewed through the door and unalived the mother in front of her
Crazy.
children.
In
But
front of the children, right?
in
Yeah.
front of the children. She was unalived in front of the children. And she's trying to go off of saying she has a disability, she takes care of her mother. And we waiting to see what's gonna happen with that case because it's on pause, basically. She was trying to plead as if she was so scared.
Hmm.
Huh?
Yeah, we gonna see. But that's why Florida is not safe. Like Florida is not for us, y'all. They stay out of Florida. Even the NAACP says stay out of Florida. The NAACP hasn't done much for us as a people. They are a Ish people led organization. Y'all know who the Ish people are with the blue stars, um, little funny hats.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, even they have warned us to stay out of Florida. Let me go to some new guests. Big Mike, what's going on? Talk to us.
How y'all doing? Thank you, sir, for allowing me on your platform.
Yes, sir.
I'm hearing, I love it, but I'm hearing a lot of truth that's on the panel. Uh, I was an activist for Black Lives Matter back in 2020 when the George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and
Hmm.
and so many things that was going on during that year. And plus, before that, I was doing a lot of activism because these type of things are just gonna keep reoccurring. And I was trying to I did a protest in D.C. To abolish the 13th Amendment because for a lot of people who don't know, the 13th Amendment says slavery is prohibited unless you are convicted of a crime. So the country is basically telling you that, listen, As long as you don't commit a crime and get convicted of it, then you won't fall back into the modern day slavery, because they really are trying to bring a lot of this stuff back. I'm gonna give you a prime example. Back in the 60s and even before that, we know that police officers came from they were slave catchers, and they came from down south. And they had the dogs, right? They dogs hound you down, and they go ahead and they was vicious. Well, they haven't gotten rid of those dogs. They have also made it to where those dogs got protection, that if they sick these dogs on you, which is cruel and unusual punishment for a human being, that guess what? You can get a lot of time for trying to protect yourself from a dog. You understand? They made these dogs police dogs. So what happened was, and I'm gonna make this brief. The feds didn't like what I was saying, because anytime that you're waking up the masses and you're not talking about demeaning your community and tearing down your community, and you're talking empowering each other and empowering your community and taking your money and putting it back into your community, and stop putting your money into these organizations, these corporations that are paying the government to oppress black and brown people and poor people. This is when it's a concern. So the federal government was investigating me for 7 months, and when I went to a gun range, pew pew range, excuse me, in Texas, and they got me. They got me. It was like, well, all right, we got him on that, and they arrested me and convicted me for going to a gun range. I'm not
Wow.
gonna to you. And they gave me a weapon charge, and I was sitting in federal prison for 2 years. I reached out to Ben Crump, who I thought was a friend of mine, and Ben Crump said, "Oh no, I can't help you right now. Wait till you get out." I contacted Patrice, who was one of the co-founders of Black Lives Matter, even though we know Black Lives Matter was created by two lesbian white T women, but they was the face front of it. And she was like, "Oh, I can't do nothing for you right now. I got a whole lot of things going on. They coming up against me." And then she had to step down because she was taking the money from the donations that was coming in. She had her stuff going. My point that I'm making is this, because I came up here really to speak about Diddy. And I was hearing a lot of these things that y'all are on point with. We have to be very, very careful of what we say, when we say it, and how we say it, because all of these avenues that we supposed to utilize and to reach out to other people who we can't physically reach out to right now. People listening, and I'm not being paranoid when I say this. I'm saying firsthand. I was sitting inside of a courtroom that I should not even been in, and the federal judge said she wished she can give me more than 40 months in prison for going to a gun range. But during the whole case, she didn't speak about the gun range not one time. She said, "Well, I see you was protesting in D.C. I see that you was protesting in Minnesota. I see you was protesting in Oregon. I see that you was protesting in Atlanta. I see you was in New York protesting, going up against law enforcement." And I said, "Ma'am, not one time did you mention why I'm here." You
Wow.
understand? So, but getting to Diddy, I just want to speak real briefly about that. Diddy has ended so many people's careers and lives and livelihoods. He deserves exactly what's coming to him now. This is not something that's new. This is just something that's new that people are seeing for the first time, because people heard things, but people never got the details of anything. And once he gave Cassie that $30 million in 48 hours, he sealed his faith. You understand? They know that he paid $1 million to get Tupac unalived. You know what I mean? But they couldn't get him on it because the person he gave the $1 million to never gave it to Keefe D or Orlando Anderson. He kept it.
It's crazy. I didn't hear it put that way, but I heard it from Keefe say that he didn't get the money,
That's
and I heard somewhere else that he had paid someone else. So now that you put it together like that, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
and that's what Keefe D would tell you though. He'd be like, "Listen, he didn't pay us nothing. They was in like a little diner area, and and Puffy's right hand man, Twiz was setting it up, right? And Puffy gave the $1 million, but Twiz never gave it to Keefe D. He would have gave it to Keefe D, Puffy would be in jail for conspiracy to,
Yeah.
conspiracy to murder. You understand?
Uh-huh.
So now we're moving right along. So now they know that, right? And now here's the kicker right here. Puffy, they made him a billionaire. The powers that be made him a billionaire. You can't try to come up against the powers that be and say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and sue Ciroc. I'm going to go ahead and, because what a lot of people don't know is Puffy was just the face of Ciroc. Ciroc was not his. Ciroc was not Puffy Liquor. That was he was the face of it. But you start wanting to sue all of these the people that made you a billionaire. Guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna humble you and bring you back down in reality. Jay-Z, don't go too far because Jay-Z, you was involved with the underage minors that Puffy was bringing in there, telling them that they're gonna go ahead and he gonna sign them to a deal and stuff like that, and then they coming into an empty studio or empty house or empty place, and they being raped by him and so many others. Now people like Mary J. Blige, who I love her. Shout out to Yonkers. She want to pull herself back. No, you involved with that too. You involved, Jay-Z involved, Stevie J. You are involved, definitely. You know what I mean? I was doing a lot of
Just
things with men and women.
just real quick, Ken, I wanted to interject just to allow everybody to be as aware as you possibly can to make sure that when you're referring to the ending of someone's life that we're saying unalive, or if we're referring to a little, well, as Brother Legend put it earlier, blicky or a block.
I didn't
A
say
block,
Blicky, but yeah.
like just say like either blocka or a pow pow or pew pew. Like say it in a way that is friendly, because, and also at the same time, we're referring to a schmooish or schmalahost, and so say certain things that will be more appropriate for TikTok friendly stuff, because clearly they already flagged the live for that
Yeah,
before. So
they
we want
did
to be
flag me already, but
yeah.
yeah, we gotta talk like we on the Teletubbies. But I hear you, Big Mike.
Yeah, and then last but not least, he had his own man, his own right hand man. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Bed-Stuy. He had his own right hand man unalived, just because he can make more money with him unalived than alive. Y'all know that Puffy owned all the big publishing to Ready to Die. You know what I'm saying? So now, if y'all don't believe me, I wish y'all can. It's a YouTube out by Gene Davis. He was one of Puffy's right hand bodyguards, right? Puffy came downstairs one time, and when all this beef stuff was going on with Pac and everything, and he said, listen, all this beef stuff is messing up my money. He said either Big gotta go, Pac gotta go, or Suge Knight gotta go to jail. Now you tell me how it's looking right now. Big is gone, Pac is gone, and Suge Knight got 22 years in jail.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? And the thing, and here's the whole kicker of it all. You can't think that you bigger than people that made you. Because Clive Davis, when Big said that he was leaving Bad Boys and he was starting his own record label with Un Rivera, right? Clive Davis was the one who gave Puffy the put up money to start Bad Boys.
Wow.
Clive Davis was furious. He said, wait a minute, you see what this man, you see what he doing? You better do something about that. So now, what else could he do? He can't stop him from leaving. He can't stop him from going and doing his own thing because Big only made $60,000 off Ready to Die. You understand? So he deserves exactly with everything that he gets, everything. All from they trumping. Anytime the feds run a bit into your home like that with those weapons out there like that, it's over.
Yeah.
They ain't doing that for nothing. They're not doing that for anything.
Yeah, that's facts.
That's all. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. And that's quite a story you shared with us, Big Mike. I don't know if you got some content about that, but I'd like to hear more about that story, man. That's wild, man. You got a story to tell. I'm sure a lot of brothers can relate. Kylie B, give us your age, race, and pronouns, please. Kylie B, you here? I think you a sister. I'm pretty sure that's a sister. I don't know. Kylie B, you muted. All right, I'm gonna go to Detroit. What's going on, brother?
What up, though? You all right?
Yes, sir.
What up to the panel? So my question is, when they went into, I know we on that the D Trumpers location to look for what they were looking for, and then they went into Biden's garage. Did it take that type of force, that display? So I think even though when we become billionaires and millionaires, and I get the capitalistic statement that you made, brother, because you're absolutely right. It is wrong, but it's crazy how they go through such a. I'm trying to be careful with my words because I don't want to get you flagged. Such an extreme display to remind you as a black man what they think you are, what they really think of you. Because I looked at that and I had to think back, like, did they run in them people crib like that? And they didn't. But I'm gonna say this about Diddy. You know, when you start imitating people of other cultures, you get what you got. So those parties he was throwing, we don't do that. You know, that's outlandish.
That's
So
facts.
you start throwing those parties, you start thinking you one of them, and then as soon as they possibly can, they remind you, you ain't one of us.
That's facts. Those parties go back to ancient Rome, ancient Greece. They call them orgies. You know what I'm saying? Those are them kind of parties. You know what I'm saying? Like that isn't part of our culture. You're right. That is facts. I mean, I'm sure somewhere, in a black community, there might be those that, have, something close, but the kind of parties he was throwing, nah. We don't do that. That's not part of the culture. It might be individuals that partake, but that ain't part of what we do as a collective. So nah, that's facts. That's white obedience. That's something else. Absolutely. Well, y'all, I'm gonna take it down, man. I appreciate y'all. This was a fun live. I'm gonna start doing an hour a day. Around 5 o'clock, I'm gonna start going live with y'all, talking to y'all. Don't forget the link in my bio, b1initiative.org. That is our nonprofit organization. We are empowering the African diaspora through technology. Sankofapedia is our first project. If you want to learn more about that, I got the video pinned on my profile. Sankofapedia is a free online encyclopedia. Basically, it's like Wikipedia, but it's built from an Afrocentric perspective. It's got a lot of great tools, got some great knowledge for young brothers and sisters. We're building that with b1initiative.org. So if any of y'all want to check that out in the future, you can. If you want to contribute, help us write some articles, you can. All donations are tax deductible if you want to donate. We are a 501c3 nonprofit. Appreciate y'all, and I'll check y'all next time. I'll check y'all out tomorrow. One love.